All right, good evening, everybody. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Glad to be here with you. I just made it back in time. I was actually at my granddaughter's house today for dinner, and the two little ones ran me ragged. Oh my God. I don't know where these kids get these energy from, but we're all that small at one time. I guess we all had that same energy. So I'm going to push on through. I'm going to do my best tonight. I will catch my second wind, and hopefully we'll have a good session here. So and thank everybody for joining me on Saturday night. I know I'm up against some competition tonight. We have the what's those guys called? Second section guys doing their brew with the crew tonight. They seem not to have any rhyme or reason when they go online. So we're the same every Saturday night. Try to be on them at 9 o'clock. So we're not going to change up for anything else. So if you would brew with the crew, that's fine. Catch me on the replay. And if you're here tonight, I appreciate you being here. Anyway, let's see who's here. We got, I know I see Ray here. Let me just pull my laptop up here so I can just see who's on here right now. And just let me know, guys, if I start drifting off on the audio. I'm still working that out. All right, I see Ray. I see Paul. Thanks for being here, Paul. I see Steve. Who else? Paul. I'm glad Paul's here because this is his car tonight, so he could see either the triumph or the disaster in real time. So we're going to do our best, Paul. We're going to make you proud, hopefully, with this, and hope you enjoy checking in live. What time is it over there? Now, I think probably, what are you, about 2 in the afternoon now, Paul, in Australia? Or 1? I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, it's just after Christmas, just after New Year's. I hope everybody had a great holiday. I know I did. I had a lot of fun and I got to be with family. Yeah. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Going to share a link on the card next to the car in Sydney. All right, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll get some more Australians to tune in. It should be a good hour for them over there. It should be like early afternoon on a Sunday. So it's really kind of Sunday afternoon live for them, but Saturday Night Live weathering with us. So, Paul Stamp, thank you for being here. So anyway, what happened over the holiday? I got to travel up to Massachusetts to see my wife's in-laws, or my wife's family, some in-laws up there. We kind of do that almost every year, with the exception of last year. Last year was the first time in how long that we didn't celebrate Christmas up in Lexington, Massachusetts. It's a really nice area up there. It's a lot of history, beautiful country up there. And usually a big gathering. We have anywhere between 25 to 40 people staying at that house over the holiday each year. This year was a little light. Some of the relatives from out in California and Florida couldn't make it up, but it was pretty cool though. I mean, we had a good time. Hey, Justin, thanks for signing on. Another guy from Aussie, another Aussie guy. Thanks for being here. So we had a great time. A lot of food. Oh my God, a lot of food. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably saw the pictures of all the food that we prepared, and it's like a full production kitchen going on to feed all these people. But it's always fun. Always good time had by everybody. And then came home and we had a little bit of a quiet New Year's. Got to see my 2 older granddaughters today, and full of energy, 5 and 3, and they basically wore Grandpa out. So I came home for a little bit and sat down with my wife and just kind of vegged out on the couch for 15, 20 minutes trying to catch my wind. But we're all here now, and hopefully this will go good for everybody. So anyway, thanks for being here. As always on a Saturday night, we are going to break open our Saturday night beer. For me, it's non-alcoholic beer. Another one from the Wellbeing Brewing Company. It's a sports brew, Victory Wheat, with electrolytes. I think we had this one once before. I kept saying it was probiotics. No probiotics, it's electrolytes. And I probably need some electrolytes to help perk me up after spending a day with my granddaughter. So let's open this guy up here, give it a pour. This is a tall boy can, so this is going to be more than one glass. It's going to be like a glass and a half. But anyway, if you got a beer, feel free to join along. And this is our version of Brew with the Crew, right? Yeah. And usually I'd be watching those guys. I like their podcasts, although they go to a little bit on the long side sometimes, and I'd usually drop off after a while. I don't think I could stay that focused. But yeah, cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday. Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully 2026 is better than 2025. Although, you know, it was mixed feelings for me for 2025. I had a lot of happy things happen, but we did have we had a few not so happy things. We had about 6 different funerals to go to between my family and my wife's family. So that was a bummer in respect, and we lost people that we loved very much. But, you know, we gained another granddaughter earlier this year, and we just had a lot of happiness too. So I will hope everybody, if you didn't have a good year last year, I hope you have a great year this year. Cheers. All right, so as promised, you know, Paul's been chomping at the bit. He wants to see his car get done, so we are going to do Paul's car tonight. And I know he's not going to see it in person until April. This car is going to be weathered up, and I will be bringing it up to Springfield to the Amherst show. And I'll be handing it off to Ray Arnott from Around the Layout podcast. Ray will be going to the first ever Sydney, Australia RPM in April. And first ever for Australia, I think, for an RPM. Ray's going to be going down representing, and he's bringing a bunch of cars down from the U.S., and this will be one of the cars. This will be displayed as a car that I've done, and it'll be Paul's car. And when after the RPM, Paul will be taking it home, and hopefully we'll see it on the Riverline. Paul's basically giving me carte blanche to do what I want with this tonight. But Paul, feel free to chime in if there's something you want me to add or you don't see me doing that you want me to do. I've been looking at the car. I've had it out for a couple of days. This is the first time it's been out of the box. I have to say, for the first, you know, it's just a pretty nice car. You're gonna be playing with it during the flight. All right, set up a little switching layout in business class there, right? It was a nice box. I mean, I've gotten Rapido stuff before, but. And I don't know if it's the Home Shop guys that because this is a Home Shop car. This is one of the shop cars that Rapido did for Home Shop. But Paul, you got about 3 stickers in there from Rapido, 3 different Rapido stickers in there that you can hang on your sticker wall. And it's just really nicely packed, and it's a beautiful car. Let's take a look at this. I mean, this is, you know, Brewing. Let me pull the box out. I don't want to give it the wrong thing. If you would see the mess that I have over here, it's here. Okay, so officially, this car, where is it? Where does it say it? PC&F Boxcar. I think it was supposed to be a Brewing car. I'm not sure, because I think there's a Brewing sticker in here. Let me pull the stickers out because these are pretty cool. So Paul sees what he's gotten in the box. For all of our sticker friends out there, he's going to get a nice Rapido sticker. Kind of matches the color of the car. Then we have this other Rapido sticker. Okay, and there's a sticker in here. All right, so specific car and foundry, Berlin Mills Boxcar. And here we go. Berlin Mills sticker he's going to get with that. So I'm sure Berlin Mills might have been a railway, but Paul's car is custom painted for Allagash. And Allagash is Mike Coffalone's railroad that he was doing for a while, and then he stopped doing it, and now he's back to doing it again. So It's a beautiful car. See, it's all the fine details that you expect from Rapido. All the underbody detail, nice end detail. All right. Yeah, so that's what I thought. So maybe when this car was being produced, it was a Berlin Mills car, and they custom painted it for Allagash. So there you go, Paul. This is a repurposed Berlin Mills car that Allagash took over, right? Or bought, or whatever way you want to say it. And maybe you'll patch it out later. Yeah, you got a couple of Berlin Mills painted cars. Yeah, they look nice. That's a nice looking paint scheme on that sticker there. So detail won't last long. Yeah, probably right. Well, anyway, Paul, I'm going to start, and I'll do the weathering, and then whatever you do to the car afterwards, that's up to you if you want to patch it out or whatever. So, but it is a beautiful car, and it's a very believable car. The Allagash paint scheme is very believable. You would think, it could be possibly a real short line someplace. So, all right. So I've been mulling over what I'm going to do with this car. We're definitely going to do a fade on it, and so we'll get the color wheel out for that, and we'll do a fade. Paul, with your permission, I'm going to do some rust on it, a little rust on the roof and on the sides. Me and Paul have been going back and forth when Paul's been showing me some of the stuff that he's been doing at home. And we've been talking about the AK weathering pencils. So I might break these out tonight. This is the 50 pencil set. Is it 50 pencils? I forget how many pencils are here. 37 pencils. I think it was $50 when I bought it way back when. And I've used them a couple of times. So we might break this out and use this tonight too. But we'll see how far we get and what we're going to do. We're basically going to, feel it out and see where the car will take us. Sometimes you just got to let the car talk to you and see what you're going to do with it. So anyway, let's see how we're going to fade this out. I did a little pre-setting up with the color wheel. Yeah, they work pretty well, Paul. The only thing I've been telling Paul Cassar is that because we got two Pauls in the chat tonight, is that they're watercolor. And if we want him using them, when Paul gets it, he's probably going to want to seal it. I don't have anything to seal it with because they're watercolor. Depending upon when in the process I use them, technically they could be washed away if it gets wet or whatever. I'm not sure, but I might use it a little bit tonight just to demonstrate how to use them. I've used them in the past to do some ghosting of some lettering and stuff on cars. I've used a little bit for paint. Yeah, sure. You're gonna get your fingernails all over it. You gotta watch out there. All right. You see fingerprints, Paul. It's not me. It's Ray. So anyway, so obviously this is a yellow car, but it's not an exact yellow. All right. If you look at yellow and the yellow there, it's we have a bright yellow. It's a little more towards the orange yellow hue. And then if you look down, our complementary color, not even a complementary color, but we're going to look down how we're going to get close to that color if we were going to mix that color. As you can see right here, this color here is pretty close to the color here. All right. So that was orange yellow and adding some white to get that tone. All right. So what we're going to use for toning down this paint and for fading is that we're going to get an orange, yellow, and white. All right. So to make this color, it's orange and yellow. The complementary color is blue violet. All right. So to get the blue violet, we would be using some red and blue. All right. So the colors we're going to be using is red, blue, some of the lighter yellow, and some white. And maybe a couple dabs of orange. I'm not sure yet. All right. We don't need to match the color. We need to lighten up the color. So we'll definitely go with the blue, the red to get the blue violet. We're going to go with the lighter yellow to help lighten up and some white to lighten up the color. All right. We can always adjust as we go along if we need to. So, all right, anyway, so as always, we're going to start with our oil brushers. So we'll take out that white. We're going to take out the yellow. We're going to take out the blue. We're going to take out the red. We are going to have orange on the side. We might not add it in, but we'll have it there just in case, all right? What we're using for the washes tonight is going to be the brown wash for German dark yellow vehicles, all right? Track wash, and that is the darkest rust color. So when we do some of the rusting, we'll be using the track wash. We have track rust, which is already in the plate over here. That's the darker of the, oh yeah, let's make Paul feel at home. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, now we're in Australia. We're gonna do this car upside down, all right? There's Ray with the jokes. Track rust, which is the pigment that we're going to use tonight for the rusting effects. I have the cursed soil out for the trucks. I have the, where is it? I got to pull it out. I got some of the pigment in here, the dark Russian earth pigment in here for the trucks, and some of the grime. And we'll be using a little bit of pigment fixer tonight, since we're going to be using some of the rust pigments on top of the car. So, all right. And if we use the pencils, we will be using probably a gray and a rust color. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And we're back in America. We're going from Australia to America, and we're going to start on Paul's car. So just give me a second here to get set up. All right, I start shaking up our paints here with our handy dandy paint mixer. In the meantime, let me tell you my tale of woe of that I've gained a few pounds over the holiday. Trying not to eat too much, trying not to drink too much, but it's like a losing battle. I am not happy about that, so I'm gonna have to maybe hit the gym, cut back. Although my daughter, she got me all my favorite sweets for Christmas. This is the first time I'm seeing her and her husband since Christmas. So I got some fudge from Wildwood from my favorite fudge place. She got me those fruit slices, candy fruit slices, some marshmallow candies. So that's not good. That's not going to help me out. So luckily this beer is low calories. They're talking about this whole can of beer is only 85 calories. That's the good thing about these non-alcoholic beers. For whatever reason, they're low in calories, like a light beer, but they don't have the light beer taste. So I can get away with that tonight. At least that's what I'm telling myself. So, all right, here we go, Paul. Let's start with some blue and red. We'll do half this car here. We'll see how it's going. If it's going good, we'll continue on. If we have to make adjustments along the way, we'll make adjustments along the way. All right. So we're going to just put a blue dot. I'm going to try to go a little easier than I normally do. A little bit of red. It's getting serious now, Paul. We're marking up your car. Give it some light yellow. Oh, this guy got stuck. There we go. give it some white. Got to be a little bit careful. So there's some very fine details on here. I don't want to break nothing off, so I'm going to go very easy, especially in these ladders here. So, okay, let's get a brush. This one? Nah, not this one. Let's go with this guy here. All right, here we go. Getting into the crevices here on the bottom. There's lots of details that are protruding out from the car. Tack board. Let's get in these inside these ladders here. And work this in. I know I say this every week, but it's always scary when you first put the dots of paint on there and you wonder how the hell is this going to look, but it always comes out okay. I don't know if you guys watched the short I put out this yesterday. I think I put it out. I showed off the D&H cement hopper that I did. I was kind of bored during, well, not bored, but it was during one of the online meetings. I don't remember if it was a Tuesday one or if it was the Sunday one that I do. And I worked on the car, tried out a couple different techniques on it, changed a few things up. I think it came out all right. Maybe in between I'll pull it out and show you guys. Let me get a cleaner brush now. Hopefully one that's a little more stiff. Here we go. We use this guy here. I posted it on the quick and easy weathering page and around the layout page, so you might have seen it there. I think it came out good. I kind of had a happy accident with the rust on it. I actually was applying some wash and I grabbed one of the brushes that had rust pigment in it by accident and applied it to the side, and actually the end result looked really good. I don't know if I can ever repeat it again because it was kind of an accident, but I did it all the way around the car and I think it worked out good. And you can see the difference here already. This always tones the car down nice. All right, bring it up close to the camera. All right, so we tone down that mustard yellow. It's kind of like a mustard yellow, I think. Golden spicy brown mustard yellow. This part of the car. Over here, it's got a little bit more of a hue, a lighter hue to it now, off muted hue. And the funny thing is, you're adding stuff on. Honey mustard on the left side? I think you're right, Paul. So we have our Golden's mustard here and honey mustard over here. All right, cool. I like that. All right, so we're going to move on. I think I don't know if we're all in agreement, but I think that looks good. We've got that color variation here now, all right? When we go back and start doing our washes, it'll really bring some of this out now. All right, let's go on to our, we'll do this third of the car, and then we'll finish up over here. So let's go back, get a little bit of red. And she would probably just go all the way across. Some blue. Oops, hold on a second. There we go. Sorry, guys. I just had to look at something on the computer. I don't know, Ray, you're talking about my phone? It's iPhone 13. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw the latest podcast for Ray on Around the Layouts with Keith Horowitz. His Human City layout. I got to say, I do have a good time on his live stream. We all kind of bust his chops and stuff, but he's really cool about it. He's a good guy. And I guess the running joke about opening the box and letting out the blue smoke and stuff like that. You know, Heat's on Wednesday nights. Latest podcast is up right now, so make sure you listen to it. And then Ray, I saw we're down to what, 7 cars left on the Around the Layout 2027 car. 7 cars left. Maybe even less by now. And if you're just finding out about now as we're talking about it, if you snooze, you lose. Because once those cars are gone, they're gone. Then they'll be up on eBay for twice the amount of money because there'll be a collector's item. At least that's what I'm saying. Let's get all this blended in here. Got an official count, Ray? All right, so we're working these colors in. Going a little heavy on this side, but we're going to take some away. Ultimately with some sponge if we have to. Yeah, so you put on the complementary colors and the matching colors, and then you just keep rubbing it in. So you're kind of mixing almost like the car is a palette that you're mixing it on. And you keep rubbing it, rubbing it, rubbing it until it's pretty much blended into the original color. This has got a nice rust hue to it with this color combination here, if you can see. Hey, Paul, let me know if you're having a heart attack at any time, if you're not happy what's going on. So we'll call EMS for you down in Sydney there. Did they dial 911 in Australia too, or is it a different number? Actually, I think it's looking good, Paul. This has got some nice worn rust look to it, just with these colors combined here. 119, right? Because it's backwards, right? Yeah, there you go, Steve. Hey, Steve, in Canada, it's 911A. 000. Is that really it? Is that what it is down there? All right. Okay. So we're just going to get in here with a little bit of the A11. Yep. All right, cool. I'm not laughing at the 000. I'm laughing at what Ray said. It's 116 because it's an upside down 911. Better watch, Ray. They might not steer you away from the dangerous animals down there if you keep it up. Paul's gonna say, "Oh, that spider over there, that's okay. You can pet it." That jellyfish over there in the water, that's not really bad. You might not get past Hong Kong. Yeah. You've been stashing away the animals for Ray's visit? Yeah. Saving them up all the special ones, right? All right. All right, let's take a look at this. Let me know, guys, know what you think about this. So I'm leaving a little bit of the paint behind because we've got a nice little rusty hue there. It's just starting up with that. And I'm kind of liking that. Ultimately, hopefully Paul likes it. So what do you think, Paul? Paul's been being quiet. Or did I miss your, or have I missed your things? Here you go. Yeah, so go around to the other side. We'll save the ends for last. So looking good. All right. All right, so we're going to repeat the process over. It's always like the same thing, rinse and repeat. So, all right. Okay, start with the red. Dot, 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 dot. Blue. I think we're going to stay away from that orange, red tile orange there. I don't think we need it, so. Blue, blue. It was nice to see Dave Appadesano on the call the other night, Ray. I liked it better when he lived a little closer. I got to see him more often, but I have to say, Dave and Butch are my mentors. They kind of Yeah. Oh, he's got an op session tonight? Yeah. Paul's got an op session tonight. Yeah. So, kind of Butch and just hanging around with them at our weathering tables at the RPMs. I've got some good tips and tricks off of them. So, just kind of missed that Dave moved all the way to Texas, but he still gets around though. Oh, why is this thing leaking? This is not good. Got a leaky red here. All right. And some white. He's going to put some shrimp on the Barbie. I missed a spot with the yellow over here. All right. How's the audio tonight, guys? I got the phone in a different position, a little closer to me. I forgot to set up my earbuds to see if that worked or not. So I didn't hook them up, but I'm hoping that this is okay. I got an iPhone 13, Ray. And that's all I'm using. I don't have no special cameras or nothing. I'm starting to look into some of the free streaming software, see if I can up my game a little bit, because I only have the one view. No, I'm working off of Wi-Fi, believe it or not. Working off of Wi-Fi. So this is going straight from my phone to YouTube. And I got the laptop next to me for monitoring the chat and stuff like that. Steve was showing me what setup that he's got. I don't know if you guys know, Steve started a channel and he was live. Were you live last night or 2 nights ago, Steve? But he was like burning the midnight oil. It was like I was getting ready to go to bed 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was online live doing some stuff at the bench. So I want to use OBS. I think Steve said he was using OBS too. Not sure. I wound up staying up later. I think I'd caught you around 12:30, and I stayed up to about almost 1:30 just watching. So check out Steve's channel and catch him at the bench. He's been working on his diorama, and it's coming out really, really nice. Keeps adding to it. A lot of downtown deco buildings on there. Okay. All right, let's get the wide brush in there now. I probably should start wiping these brushes off. They're probably building up too much paint in them. Yeah, let me clean this off. Work it in. You having trouble with the stream key? I just guess you got to mess around with it and practice with it, right? I like to try to learn one of those programs, and I can put maybe a tiny bit of little music in the background like Paul does, and have a second camera so you can see my ugly mug with my crazy hairstyle going on right now. My granddaughters, they got a little beauty salon set where they have like little fake fire irons and stuff like that, and they were trying to do Grandpa's hair up today. I'll give you guys a quick look at what my hair's looking like lately, so you can see my hair. So it's basically the longest it's been. You got RBF. What's RBF? Or maybe I shouldn't ask. So they were doing up Grandpa's hair, and they were putting all kinds of little fake lotion in there, and they were doing my nails, putting lip gloss on me. I don't know. Thank God it was all fake stuff. I don't think I would let them do any of the real stuff. So, but they were giggling and having a good time. So, that's what grandparents are for, right? And we work on this door a little bit because this is built up in here. I want to get some of this out of here. Um, not intentionally. Not intentionally. I won't do one car heavier than the other. Sometimes it comes out like that. I mean, obviously in the real world, these cars they weather differently, on each side, and they're, one side might be more weathered and rusty than the other side. We're just going to go with the flow and see what happens here. All right. So I think I want to get in there with the sponge a little bit and wipe some of this away, especially in the door. Obviously the door, because of these horizontal ribs, stuff is going to build up in there more than they would do on the side. Things will be dripping down the side, and they'll kind of run down the side, but grime and stuff is going to build up in the door. So sometimes you'll see the door is a little darker on the prototype car than in than the other parts of the car. Let's get in there. I might have to get the little thing. That'd be great, Paul. I appreciate that. You can just, you want to DM it to me, or whatever way you want to get it to me. That'd be great. Me and Steve have been talking about, what he's doing. And like I said, I'm probably going to try out OBS. I don't see myself paying for StreamYard because I don't see this channel getting really big. We're at 139 members now on the channel, or subscribers. So that's pretty cool. I remember when we first started out, we were looking to get that 50th subscriber. So I was able to go and do the live stream from the MARPM. All right. Yeah, let's get some of this out of here. There's a little too much buildup. But you want to see the difference. I mean, just look at the difference between the right side and the left side, or if you look at the end. So that's kind of like toned it down and faded it down some. So it looks like this car has been out running on the backwoods of Maine up there in Allagash country. So it's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. Yeah, I don't foresee myself doing anything with multiple people. Me and Ralph Heiss have been threatening to get together and do a stream together, but haven't done it. All right. Plus, I think StreamYard, you got to pay for it, right? Uh, so I'm not about paying for it if I don't have to. All right. All right. What do we think about that part of the Carter, guys? Where's Mr. Cassar? I'm looking to get a little feedback from him. Paul. Is he still cleaning his track? I don't see him talking here, so. All right, let's move on. And we'll probably take this a little longer tonight than we usually on the streams. Usually I cut the stream off after what do you call it? After an hour and a half, but I would really like to get this car done in one shot tonight. So we will hang out here until it's done. Whoops, we did that already. Let's go over here. So this could very well be a 2-hour stream tonight, we'll see. We'll give the second section guys a run for their money with their marathon streams they do. Yeah, that's what I hear, Ray. I've heard people say it's the good things about it, bad things about it. So what, just doing it this way? Yeah. Like I said, we stream by the seat of our pants here. Nothing fancy. Just me and my iPhone and my shaky holder here. Yeah. There, let's get a little white on here. As long as you're able to see the car and you see what I'm doing, and you can hear me and I can explain coherently, I think that's all that matters right now. So, all right. Let's get the brushes. Here's this one. We got to clean this guy off. We haven't cleaned him off yet. Get some of that excess oil paint off there. And I dropped a little yellow on there. I'm just going to blend that in for now. All right, let's work this in. Yeah, I don't know why we can't see his comments. Hi, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for sending that to me. I got it on Messenger. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. No, I didn't ban him. Is he subscribed? Maybe he's got to be subscribed. I don't know how I don't think I have it's set for subscribers only. I'm not sure. Although I might. Tell him to try and subscribe if he's not, and then see if that works. No, I should be able to open it, Paul. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's why you pay him the big bucks, right, Ray? So Ray, I don't know if you heard my question before. Or I don't know how many, or you might have answered it. I didn't see it in the chat. How many cars we got left for the sale of the ATLP cars? Five left. Five left, guys. If you snooze, you lose. Do not miss out on that. Although I'll be honest with you, I haven't really placed an order for one because it's really out of my era. But maybe I should buy one anyway so I can weather it up on the live stream and then sell it for a lot of money. I don't know. Will it be worth a lot of money, you think, or what? I keep saying I'm going to buy a bucket hat. Use your discount. Yes, I will. I still got to buy my bucket hat. I got to order it so I can wear it around the show in Amherst. Then it'll be me and one other person in the world that has a bucket hat. All right, let's get in there with the sponge. Yeah, all right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna stop talking for a few seconds and check and see if Paul is filtered for some reason. Let me just, I don't want this to dry, so let me just finish this real quick. All right, let me check on the computer here. Let's see. I'm going to go to, give me a second, guys. I'm just going to go to Studio and check if, YouTube Studio. Talks amongst yourself. Let's see. Community. Viewer posts. Settings. Permissions. Comments on moderation basic. Yeah, I don't have any restrictions. I don't have moderation none. Viewer posts are on. Moderation is basic. Let me change it to none. All right, change the setting, Ray. Tell him to try it and see what happens. If I don't know why, because it should be anybody can comment. I don't have it. I don't think I have it. And I thought he subscribed, so I'm trying to see where I can check who the subscribers are. Dashboard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with his, but maybe he can click out and come back in again too and try posting. Maybe something going on with that. Because I actually saw him earlier in the chat when we first started up. Let me go up and see if I can see where he's at. Let's see, where are you, Paul? Because he why? Oh, why is he? There's some reason it says deleted by me. What is? Hold on. All right, let's see. Tell him to try now. For some reason, he was being moderated by YouTube, but I think I changed the setting. He should be all right now. There you go, Paul. Now I can see you. I don't know why he did that. Okay, we're good now. Sorry about that, sir. You got put on timeout while we're doing your car. I don't know why. I didn't do it. At least not intentionally. Thank you. At least you're loving the car. See that? And I unintentionally did it, Ray. I did it by accident. You've been trying to do it on purpose and you haven't been able to do it. All right, so Paul. Okay. Let's take a quick look. What are you thinking so far? Is it good? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to see if anybody wants to volunteer. Maybe you or Ray or Steve, actually. Maybe Steve, yeah. Because Steve's always on. I'll set that up later. I don't want to take too much time away from what we're doing here. Got a clean sponge. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. God knows I need all the help I can get sometimes. All right, so I think we're good on the ends. I mean, on the sides. We're going to work on the ends now. Let's take a look. This side. Oh, I really should clean this up a little bit over here too. They got a little smudge there for some reason. All right, so this side, we got this side. Now we're going to do the ends. So let's work on the ends. Getting a little parched here, guys. Just give me a second. Cheers again, Saturday night. Awesome. That tastes really good. I don't know if anybody's partaken in on the promo code for unleaded beverage. That is still up. If you go to unleadedbeverage.com, you can get your non-alcoholic spirits, beers, and wines. And I think they even have a couple of hemp drinks. Use promo code Cousin Teddy, capital C and capital T, all one word, Cousin Teddy. All right, and then get 10% off. Definitely worth it. All right, so we're going to work on the ends now. So let's go back. We'll start with the red and the blue. Oh, there's something going on with this this oil brusher here. I don't know if I cracked it or what, but it's definitely leaking out the side. I'll leave this guy standing up in the tray, but start with the red. Oh, wait. Put that there. Almost repeating what I did before. And dot, dot, dot. And dot in the middle. I'm going to put this guy back in the tray that that I got. See, all these other markers are getting dirty now because of what's dripped onto the mat. Give me a second, guys. I gotta clean this up. And go with the yellow next. Dot, 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 dot. I'm going to stand these guys up in the tray before we have any more accidents here. Get the blue. And we just need the white. Okay. Let's go in with our brushes now. Work that in. Everybody who lives here in the U.S., I don't know, how many people go into Amherst end of the month? I know one Aussie that's coming over, Martin Jenkins is coming over. I'll see him up there. But I know Ray will be there. Awesome, Paul. I'm glad. I figured you'd be there. That's not too far of a jump for you to go to. And I think Dennis said he's going to be there too, right? All right. Let's clean this brush off a little bit. Yeah, Dennis said he's going to be part of the N-Scale gathering there. T-Track. Winterfest. When I first got back into the hobby, I'd be working the NMRA booth. Oh, that's cool. You don't forget your passport, guys. Pick up your passport at any of the participating 12, is it 12? Vendors that are participating. Are you going to have a T-Track module next to Dennis? That's cool. All right. Get in on that drawing for the neat prize on Sunday. I think what Ray was saying is just no, you don't have to be there. Just make sure your name is on the entry form. So I know I will not be there on Sunday because I got to leave out early Sunday morning because my littlest granddaughter, if you guys remember the story, decided she was going to be born on the weekend of Amherst last year. So this year is her first birthday party on the 25th. So I will be getting up early Sunday the 25th and having breakfast with my buddies and then hitting the road. So I'll only be there on Saturday. But I'm going to visit with Ray, hang out at the booth there a little bit, and try and maybe do the You think he reported you, Paul? Hey, Don, how are you? Thanks for joining on. Don, how's the weather down there? Because I am like so much done with this freezing cold up here. I gotta move south or someplace tropical. And my wife doesn't want to go anyplace else but New Jersey. I don't know why. Doing okay? Yeah. So I was looking at some pictures, Paul, before I came on tonight, and I saw some cars that were very weathered on the ends here, especially especially with the rust. Oh, were you up north for a while? Yeah, sucks coming back up here, and then you get to, at least you get to go back down to the warmth. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, it's your summer now, so I am very jealous of you guys right now down in Australia. My cousin Deborah lives in Melbourne. And I guess she's not as warm as up by you guys. I know Sydney gets a little bit more warmth. So, all right, cool. Thank you. So I've been looking at the weather by her, and I think it's only been in Fahrenheit in the 70s. So that's not bad for a summer, summertime. You guys are just into summer now, but I know Marty was saying that Brisbane has been pretty hot. So I'm sure Sydney's getting hot too. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Makes you remember why you moved south, right, Don? Oh my God. My cousin Mike and his wife Kathy, they got a house just outside of it's just inside Orlando. And they just drove down and they already been sending pictures. Oh, we're on the beach and we're doing this. Oh, it's nice out. I'm like, shut up. Stop rubbing it in. Yeah. All right, we're on to the last end of the car. Then we'll do a walk around the car again. 76 today. That's good temperature. Don, you're around like close to Melbourne, right? Sebastian's close to Melbourne. I like the Melbourne area. My nephew, my godson, was living there for a while, and then he moved out to the West Coast. He's now in Bradenton, which is nice too. Of who, Don? Who we're going to put a cutout of? 30 minutes south. All right, yeah. I used to have property in Port Charlotte. I loved it over there. But my ex-wife, who I was married to at the time, decided she didn't want to live in Florida when we retired. So I sold that property off. I held it for many years, never built anything on it, but it was nice. It was right on the canal. 10 minutes from the beach. But it is what it is. And my current wife, I love her to death, but she does nothing to do with Florida or hot weather. She doesn't like the cold, but she doesn't like the hot either. So there's really no compromise there. Although we're saying if we would hit that Powerball the other night, we definitely would have houses in a couple different hemispheres. Maybe just go when it gets too cold, go someplace warm, and then gets too hot, go someplace cold. I don't know. There you go. I could stay for the winter, but then I'd have to find a permanent place to stay because my wife will probably divorce me. So I don't think that would be a good idea, Paul. Yeah, of course you're going to have AC, yeah. You'd be crazy not to have AC in Florida. All right, so let's do this last. Got to be careful around all this brake wheel and braking. Yeah, but if he's only got a spare bedroom, where am I gonna build a layout? I know he's got a layout in the backyard there, so I guess I'd have to become a P&W fan, right? I like the P&W though. Although people I tell this to, they say I'm something wrong with me because I always say I like the old paint scheme, the first paint scheme, the trapezoid, whatever you call it. And I know a lot of people like the more current brown and red, or brown and orange is red there. I like them both, you know. But then again, I liked Guilford too. People say I'm crazy because I used to like Guilford, so. I don't know if I told the story. You know, Paul, I was talking about that earlier. Because we are into an hour and 10 minutes. And I was thinking about just going until I'm done. I don't know if you guys want to hang out, or if you guys want to, we can make it into a two-part. We'll finish up with the fade here. And then we can go into the rust and grime next Saturday. So I always try to keep it within the hour and a half, because anybody who will watch this later, you know, it's really hard to retain people through a whole hour and a half. When you're live and everybody's interacting, in the chat especially, it's a little easier to retain people. But you know, plus usually I break it up into a few shorts to put out to entice people to check out the video. So maybe we'll do that. All right. So Paul has made the executive decision. We are going to break this into a two-part series. So what we'll do is we're going to finish up the fade, and we'll stop at that point. We'll give the car an inspection, make sure there's nothing else that Paul wants to do. I did kind of promise Paul that I was going to show Paul Stamp, the executive producer, make the executive decisions. There you go. That's why he's paid the big bucks, man. So Paul C, I did promise Paul Stamp I was going to show a little bit of the using the AK interactive pencils. So I might just do a quick demo with that. And then, yeah, Paul's got to put some shrimp on the Barbie. There you go. All right. So what are you thinking about that end there? All right, let's give a walk around the car here. So I got this end. I'm liking, I'm like I said, Paul, I was really thinking about, I want to build up a little bit more on the ends, because I saw a car today online and I really liked the way it looked. All right. So here's the first side we did. Here's the other end. Here's the second side we did. And of course the brake wheel. All right. All right. Real quick demo. I'm going to pull out the pencil. And so like I was discussing with Paul C, these, yeah, you always get a lot of wheel splatter on the ends. And you'll see next week, if you come on when we finish up the car. Usually when I'm doing the grime, I will do the pigment powders up in two lines, which will kind of indicate the stuff splash coming off the car in front. All right, so if this car is coming this way down the track or this way, the car in the front's going to be splashing stuff up on it. And obviously the other direction would be the cars over there if it's going that direction. So we'll see that next week on the when we go into the washes and the grime. So, all right. Let me just take another swig of beer here, guys. Let me pour out the rest of my beer. If you guys have been drinking along with me, I appreciate it. Thank you. Brew with the crew. You're not the only one drinking tonight. Here you go. We get to brew with the weathering. So, all right. So I've been talking. Me and Paul C has been talking, and I explained that these, these weathering pencils are basically artist pencils. They're a watercolor. All right. So you can either use them dry for a very faint look, or you can wet the tip of the pencil and then use that, and it actually flows on like a paint. So let me get out a rust color, and we'll just do a little bit of rust along a couple of the side panels here. Just give me a second. Open the box up. And it comes in a tray like this. And it's 2 levels of the tray. So you got this level and another level underneath. All right. There's a lot of colors in here. I'm not sure I would use on railroad models. Yeah, you could probably use them for graffiti and stuff like that. But again, I've just used this for a little bit of like panel lines. Yeah, so you're probably better off, Paul, even if you just want to wet the tip a little and maybe wipe it on a paper towel just to get a little bit damp. But just trying to use it dry is probably not going to work too good for you. I've always wound up just wetting it a little bit. So let's see, we're going to go with dark chipping for wood, vivid orange. Yeah, kind of just like if you're doing almost like, oh, here we go, light rust, medium rust, dark rust. Here we go. So these are the 3 colors. I probably put them on top in the middle here because these are the ones that I use the most when I do break these out. And I also use a little bit of the black sometimes. This, what is this color here? What do they call it? Sepia. Black. I've used some of the other ones too. Okay, you're gonna have to explain some of these acronyms here, Paul. my old mind is not not working too well right now. So, yeah, so I'm gonna take out the dark rust. Just give you a little show of how this works. I need to get a little bit of water. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to come back with some water. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I should have planned this ahead, but all right. So I got a little water here, and I'm going to dip the tip in the water. All right. And if I just go on the paper towel here, you're going to see. Oh, you're not going to see because I don't have it in the camera. See, it starts to come off there. So dip it in the water. All right. And you just run it down the side here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, let's do that. All right. So I'm going to do a couple of panels, and then I'll bring it close to the camera, show you what it's looking like. But definitely wetting the pencil is what's going to get you what you're looking for. So you can see that. Just ran the pencil down the side, just a little bit. Pencil dries off, just go back and dip it again. Just like that. I mean, you would use your pencil like that. You can use a gray or a black for the panel line if you're trying to do a panel line on a car, all right? And it being a watercolor, if you're not happy with the way it's coming, you can go back and wipe it off. A little bit of water. Or you can use a sponge to just to take a little bit away. There you go. All right. Simple as that. So the pencils are really cool to work with. It's just another medium that you can work with. Like I said, mostly we work with enamels here. Do have the Tamiya dry powders that I use sometimes for simulating cement dust or even sometimes grime. And that's it. All right, so guys, what we're going to do is Paul made the executive decision because he's got to get out and barbecue on a nice summer day there in Australia. But I hope you're happy so far, Paul, and I think you said you are. Definitely see a big difference between the shiny. Yeah, I mean, you're right because mostly these are just repurposed stuff from the artist world. So if you go to some of your art supply places, or like here in the U.S., we got Hobby Lobby, Michaels. You can go to what's the Dick Blix, or it is, I forget that's what it's called. Yeah, I don't see any fingerprints. I usually don't have a problem with that. The stuff dries pretty good. I do get the stuff all over my hands, though. I gotta wash my hands, and it's probably not good for me. But as you can see, the car's looking good. No fingerprints. And even if I do make a mistake and get a little bit on there, I can go back with a sponge and just wipe a little bit of it away. And just pretend that there's a fingerprint there and just blend it right back in there. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining up with me tonight on a Saturday night. It's been about almost an hour and a half, so I really appreciate you being here with me. And it's not only good if you're in California. Yeah, true. I appreciate you guys being here. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the people that support me. Big support from Ray and Around the Layout, Around the Layout podcast. Ray's been a good mentor to help me out with this. Don't forget to buy. You got 5 cars left. Make sure you get one of those cars. And hopefully I'll see you guys up in Amherst if you're going to come. And, don't forget, I don't know if anybody's tried it out yet, but if you want to try out some of the beers I drink, unleadedbeverage.com. All right, Gary, thank you so much, Gary, for being here. And don't forget Spray Gunner. Spray Gunner is not an official sponsor, but I do buy all my supplies on Spray Gunner. They have the best prices online. They have every single thing I use plus more. I'm finding more and more stuff on their website every week when I look there that I can probably use or utilize. So check them out too. Guys, I'll catch you next week. Cheers and so long for now.